As I'm talking to you a lot about diets recently and diet recalls, I wanted to bring you an update about the fact that grain-free diets might be causing heart disease in dogs, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Dr. Alex from Our Pets Health, helping you and your pet to live a healthier, happier life. So make sure you're subscribed down below if that's something you're interested in. And today I want to kind of give you an update on the fact that there is concern that certain grain-free diets might be causing heart disease in dogs. Now, if you want more details on this, then make sure you check out my other video, which I'll link up here and down in the description. I was reading a recent article from the author who kind of voiced this concern and publicised this concern, and she wanted to make 3 points, all of which I kind of alluded to in my original video, but it's definitely worth repeating here, and there seems to be some more clarity about the situation. The first one is that it's not just grain-free diets that seem to be affected and seem to be causing this unusual form of heart disease in these dogs. Certainly grain-free diets are implicated, or they're included in the diets that are being fed, but we have also seemed to have more boutique manufacturers, so they might have grains in them, but they're more boutique, so they're smaller manufacturers, maybe using exotic ingredients as well. So that is the other one. So we've got grain-free, boutique and exotic ingredient food. So that's food, that might be meat, that might be pulses, it might be a whole range of different things that aren't traditionally found in dog food. And I think that highlights the fact that actually formulating a safe, nutritious pet food that optimizes for health, you know, it's not just appropriate or not just adequate for health, but optimizes for health, is incredibly difficult. It involves an awful lot of knowledge and research and testing and all that kind of thing. So that was point number one. Point number two that she made was it's not all taurine related. So in my last video I said that I think it was about 50% of dogs seem to have low taurine and 15% had normal taurine. Now we do know that dilated cardiomyopathy, which is the form of heart disease that seems to be being caused, can be related to taurine levels, but actually it's the minority of dogs who seem to be affected and who are being investigated that have low taurine levels. So it's not just all about the taurine. And point number three that she made was that raw foods and home prepared foods are not necessarily safe. So the comment was that a lot of people have been switching from these boutique brands, from these exotic ingredient pet foods, dog foods, to raw feeding or home prepared meals. But the comment was that they have been seeing heart disease in these dogs as well. Okay, so those were the 3 points made. And also it's worth discussing the kind of causes of DCM, dilated cardiomyopathy, and they also seem to be 3. So I've already said one of the causes is low taurine levels. The second cause is genetic, so certain breeds definitely seem to be more affected, and we get it in certain breeds. So a Doberman is a classic example. But now the third cause seems to be these unusual diets. Now we still don't know exactly what it is. We don't know whether it's a specific ingredient that's in one of the constituents or in multiple of the constituents. Maybe it's the formulation and the way these diets are prepared. We don't know that yet, but it's definitely something to consider when you're choosing a pet food for your dog. You know, what's the proof behind it? Is it just a faddy thing? You know, are we jumping on the grain-free bandwagon? I discussed this before, that grains actually aren't bad at all in the vast majority of cases. And similarly with our exotic diet, so there's often no real need to substitute our chicken, say, for crocodile or whatever it happens to be. That's really only beneficial in the small number of individuals who suffer a food allergy. And like I say, that's not really very common. But anyway, I just wanted to give you that update today. Like I say, if you've not checked out my first video where I discussed this in more detail, then I'll leave the link up here. But if you've got any questions as well, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll try and get you that information that you need. But until next time, I'm Dr. Alex from Our Pets Health, because they're family. To DCM, dilated cardiomyopathy brands that seem to be affected. Hello. No.